get Abhishek Manu Singhvi to respond to that. But before that, I want to go across to Mr. Vittal. Mr. Vittal, this has come as a huge blow to Mr. Thomas himself, also to the UP and to the Prime Minister's own image. Would it not have been better for Mr. Thomas to step down when there was such a hullabaloo created? You've been a CVC yourself. Given the sort of prestige this office has and the importance it occupies in our scheme of things, do you not believe Mr. Thomas should just step down voluntarily?
I had consistently taken the stand that Thomas should not have stepped down because about his own integrity or about the case in the Palmolin, no decisions have come. And whatever is it, the powers that be selected him for the post of CVC. It is not he himself maneuvered to get into this post. So the reason I wanted that he should not resign was that now, as we have seen today's judgment, Supreme Court has gone into the facts and examined it from a legal point of view and come to the conclusion there was a legal error, and therefore the whole selection process was not legally valid. So this clarity, I think the word used by the Supreme Court, whatever I heard from the other channels, is institutional integrity. This is a very important concept which the Supreme Court has articulated. Justice Verma, way back in 1997, when he gave the judgment in the Vinit Narayan case, he laid down the procedure, and the whole judgment also has the spirit of ensuring that the person who comes to the post of CVC is a person who is having an unimpeachable and excellent track record and is politically neutral in the sense that he is acceptable to the leader of the opposition as well as the government. So that is the same principle that has been adopted when I was selected as the first CVC after the our judgment, and the other two. It is only in the case of Mr. Thomas this issue of majority was invoked, and that had led to the subsequent controversy and the present decision. So the Supreme Court has now laid down a very healthy principle, and it's a very good principle. It may be a blow for the government, but I think it's a major step articulated by the Supreme Court to build the institutional integrity of a key institution, especially fighting corruption in our country like the CVC.
Okay, you're saying it's a blow to the government. So let me put up the second center stage face-off question for this evening. Is this ruling a big blow to the personal image of the Prime Minister? And I want to put this question first to Dr. Singhvi. Dr. Singhvi, the government so far, the Prime Minister and the Home Minister both insisted that there was nothing wrong with the appointment of Mr. Thomas. Now that that appointment has been struck down, is this not hugely embarrassing for this government and a personal blow for the Prime Minister, sir?
I don't agree with any of your formulations or use of words, huge embarrassment, personal blow. Let me state the following points very clearly. It is a setback only in the sense that when the government loses a case, it is a setback to the losing party. The government does lose several cases. This case, just because it involves a high-powered committee, has been more on the media profile. Yes, the government has lost the case. It respects the decision through which it has lost, and that decision, unless changed or modified in manners known to the law, shall be implemented. Number two, there is no question of trying to read into the Supreme Court judgment something which it specifically and consciously avoided. Motives, malafides, personal predilections, an intent to appoint X and not to appoint Y, to get the wrong man. These are all nice things which the opposition would like you to believe and would try to create a political atmosphere. The judgment consciously eschews it. Number three, the judgment consciously eschews the fact that whether Thomas is a good man or a bad man, whether he's tainted or not, it specifically says so. Fourth is most important, the point on which Ms. Sushma Swaraj started, and that point remains the contentious point between us and her. We believe that there is no question of unanimity as a mandatory requirement. 2-1 majority can prevail, and the Supreme Court does not change that principle.
Mr. Sorabji,
does not alter it.
Mr.
What
Sorabji,
the Supreme Court has, one second. What the court has done is, it is said, and always adjudications are ex post facto. So you first put your point of view. You don't go and concede to the court. You put your point of view, and then the court says, look, we don't accept your point of view. We accept the other point of view, and that's all that happened. The court has only said this was not taking into account several relevant considerations which ought to have been taken into account,
Mr. Sorabji,
and therefore that judgment is legally erroneous.